Alright, what's going on, guys? We are two guys smoking on some hookah, and we're here to give you some musical insight to some albums.
Yep.
Currently we're smoking on the Starbuzz, was it Blue Mist?
Yeah, it's Blue Mist.
It's an old-time favorite of ours, at least of mine.
And we're going to review an old-time favorite album of ours, Gorillaz' Demon Days.
Yeah, it's just the first one we thought of that at least, we both knew pretty freaking well. So, just gonna go get straight into it. This is an album done by the Gorillaz. You know who the Gorillaz are? They're like this British hip-hop alternative experimental group.
I mean, we've kind of agreed they kind of transcend genre. They hit everything at once, because we're really like heavy metal. I mean, you got the punk, you got the hip-hop, electronic music.
Yeah.
And this album definitely shows all of them, at least a little bit.
Yeah. Come to find out, this is actually a concept album. I didn't really think about it that way.
Yeah, but when you look at it, it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Demon Days, so it kind of gets into the days of, I think it's Damon Albarn's Demons.
Yeah.
And he's the main guy behind...
He's the vision behind.
Yeah, he's pretty much the vision behind the Gorillaz, so I'm going to get into it. And at first it starts out with this really weird intro track.
Which is actually, it was sampled from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I didn't know
Fun
that.
fact. I mean, the Gorillaz actually sample a lot of, like, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead type stuff. Other tracks, they have, Hip Albatross has Night of the Living Dead.
Oh.
Dracula has Day of the Dead.
That
Fun
makes sense.
facts.
You know, it is a vampire movie.
Yeah.
So.
And Last Living Souls is the next track.
Yeah, so, yeah, basically, like, that intro is just all, like, weird, trippy nonsense, whatever, and then it goes into the first actual song, which is called Last Living Souls. This, for me, it sets, like, a good, like, pace for, like, the album, because it's just, like, that some...
Yeah, and it kind of goes with a theme we both kind of agree on. It kind of feels like an apocalyptic type thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're kind of breaking down something. Maybe it's society, maybe it's not, we don't know.
Yeah.
But they have to break down something and building it back up. And Last Living Souls kind of gives you that feeling of isolation, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's more of like, I mean, it kind of goes with the title of it. It's The Last Living Soul. So it's like maybe he's talking about, maybe the certain type of like counterculture type thing where it's like, or not counterculture, but just like a culture.
Different group of people.
Yeah, it's a different group of people.
Anyway, our next track is Kids with Guns. Now, going off that apocalypse thing, like, you got this, like, everything's breaking down, you got kids with guns, because shit's just going down at this point.
Yeah, this song's pretty much about kids with guns.
I mean, I feel like it's a childhood rebellion type song.
It definitely. And it's got, it's pretty, like, cool groove, too, with the, like, the bass just rocking. It's a pretty chill track. And I like how it gets to, at the end, it gets into this whole, like, surreal environment kind of feeling, just with like the constant like crash and like the girl singing in the background, and it comes in with like the electronic piano. Yeah. It's a really good. This is probably like one of the more like gorilla type songs.
It kind of punctuates the beginning of the album.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, all right, we are fucking here.
Next song after that is Oh Green World.
Oh Green World.
Now, going off the same theme we're having with the apocalypse type thing, something being broken down. It's like they've given up on society. One of the lines of the song is, "Oh green world, don't desert me now." Yeah. It's like you're reaching out to nature because you've given up on humanity.
Yeah, or humanity's given up on nature.
One of the two. And it's the last like stable thing on this world that you know of, or that humanity knows of.
Yeah, I was actually not a huge fan of the song when I first heard this in 2005, when it came out. Of course, it was a track I always like skip through because
I was the same way with it.
Yeah, it was just like, it doesn't grab me at first because it's just like that annoying little like.
Yeah, once you get past the intro,
once you get past that,
it's good.
It's got like this weird like funky, eerie like point at it, and then the guitar comes in, and then you kind of see what the actual song is really. Oh Green World comes in, and then he's got the awesome like background vocals going on, and it's actually a really, really good song, and I'm glad I finally came around to liking it, because it's a good track.
The next track on it is one of my personal favorites. Dirty Harry. We still don't know why it's called Dirty
I have
Harry.
no
It's
idea
kind of
why.
random. There might be a reason. We don't know. But
This one kind of goes with Kids with Guns too, because in the music video for this song, 2D, which is the guy who portrays the lead singer of the Gorillaz, he is like in this army outfit. He's wearing like, you know, an army helmet. Doesn't have a shirt on, but he's got dog tags, you know, camo pants, stuff like that. And he's in the middle of the desert, middle of fucking nowhere, which is like, it looks like maybe like some kids after like maybe a bombing.
yeah, I
type
have
thing.
no clue why he's with a bunch of kids in a crashed plane or why he had a bunch of kids on a plane. But it's random, it's cool, and the song is kick-ass. It's very Gorillaz. It's got the kind of like mellow beat to it, and then it just goes right to a rap, right back into kind of mellow rock type
definitely
stuff.
one of the more up tempo, dancey type of songs.
Yeah.
You know, this song features Booty Brown. He's from the Far Side. You guys ever heard of them before? Pretty sure you have. He's like one of those members out of the three, and then it has you know, some choral background going into it too. So it's a really, it's like one of those.
It's a good lead up to the next one.
It's kind of one of those that's kind of like The Wall or
Yeah.
like POD's Youth of the Nation thing. Just like that whole kid standout type of thing coming back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is the time where we're at, where we're just, you know,
Gonna
let's
dance,
kinda,
fuck it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, that kid mindset. Where you're just like, you're just kind of.
Yeah, you've
taking
reached,
it every
like,
moment.
from the tracks before, you kind of reached that kind of, like, desolation type thing, and you're at that point where, fuck it, let's dance.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
leads to Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, the next track's called Feel Good Egg, which is probably the most popular Gorillaz
Yeah,
song, I think, of all time.
Either that or Clint Eastwood, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think Feel Good Inc. was because it was that was their breakout single.
Oh, yeah.
Too, and it's got actually, like one of the bigger artists he collaborated with too, which was De La Soul.
Yeah.
Which he's a very, you know, old school rapper and shit like that. So, you know, this song, plain and simple, is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's because it's got so many different types of instruments that I like.
I mean,
very good, solid groove to it. You know, it's got the acoustic guitar, which I'm a fan of as well. It goes to plenty of points where the song doesn't get boring at any point in time.
The reason why it was so popular, in my opinion, is because it was one of those Gorillaz songs that transcended genre. You heard it on the rock stations, on the hip hop
Oh
stations.
yeah, I
on the
probably
dance
heard on every
stations.
radio station out here.
Yeah.
And the radio stations out here are pretty narrow-minded in what they're playing, so
Yeah.
that's my personal opinion. But except for like a couple, but and I like the transition from Dirty Harry to this too. That's one thing I've always loved about albums is transitioning and like how track goes to track. And then, of course, at the end of Dirty Harry, it's all the kids laughing, and then at the beginning, you can hear De La Soul laughing and stuff like that. So, you know, that's another big reason why I like those two tracks and transitioning in between them.
And it leads up to, like, I think we agree that's kind of like a hangover track, this next one. It's like
El Mañana.
two major party tracks, then El Mañana, which is the Tomorrow.
The Tomorrow in Spanish. So.
And very downtrodden, melodic type song. It's a cool song. It's definitely kind of like the disparity song of this, like the theme that's going through here.
Yeah.
It's like the mourning of what has passed, I'd say.
Yeah. I think this is when he starts to kind of delve into like, or dive into this kind of maybe I guess a state of depression that he might have been in.
Yeah.
You know, because the whole album kind of goes like at first it's like this different kind of upbringing of youth, you know, different kind of rebellion type culture, and you know they're just getting fucked up, having a good time, Feel Good Incorporated, and then it goes into the aftermath, the Tomorrow, and it's
kind of
that's when he starts to like kind
not
of kick back.
pessimistic, but sad.
Yeah, that's when he really starts to kick back and starts thinking about, you know, what has been going down.
And then the next song's kind of Every Planet We Reach is Dead. It's kind of like the acceptance and next step track. Pretty much like they're, as the title says, every planet they reach is dead. So it's like they're trying to find a new place to go,
Yeah.
a new way to do things.
Yeah, it's kind of still follows that little somber vibe.
Yeah,
to
but
it.
it's happier than the last track.
Yeah, it's got like that cool like little clap. You know, it's definitely one of those head bobbing songs, and then it follows into the next track pretty well too, which is called November Has Come.
Yeah, and
featuring
this
MF Doom.
This kind of goes with like there's kind of a theme of like the seasons almost with this song. Like
Yeah.
the album kind of has like that flow of emotion, And yet, like, November has come, summer don't know me anymore. Everything kind of slows down at November time of year. So
yeah, unless
like,
you work retail.
Oh yeah, but nonetheless, it's like just the kind of slow, chill beat again.
Yeah.
The good rap in the middle.
But yeah,
MF
it's really
Doom.
good. Like
It's
really
got
good
that
rap.
Again, transcending.
The British rappers, man, they have like a whole different level of intricacy.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, the way that I like the way he handpicks like certain rappers to be on the track because they have like a really interesting flow where you gotta kick back. You're like, what? Did he just do that? Like.
Yeah, it's got kind of a
You don't
instead
know
of
where he's
being
gonna go
it's a
with
good flow, but it's a fast flow. This one.
Yeah, definitely.
Like your average flow is kind of like this. This one's more like this.
Yeah, this is definitely it's definitely kind of it's got some pretty like raw like type just esque to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's still like kind of like that chill vibe, pretty slow, but it's still like.
Alright.
Yeah.
So next track, All Alone.
I'm alone.
All Alone.
Yeah, that's how like that starts. It's got that really cool like weird piano like.
It's got a kind of techno beat to it. Right?
Yeah,
That's that one.
techno. And then when the beat comes in, it's just like fucking knocks you over. It's like. I always thought that was one of the more like intense beats.
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
it's got
heard
kind
at
of
that
a
time.
confusion to it almost.
Yeah,
because you
a
still
4/4 type thing.
You're still kind of like establishing that thing. There's that confusion after all that establishment of shit. This is actually happening.
Yeah, really good rap in that too.
Yeah.
It's got this song features Roots Medulla and Martina Topley Bird. Well, I'm pretty sure she goes in and sings like during the weird little interlude part where it kind of goes off into feels like outer space type thing. This song definitely has
There's
an outer
definitely a few
space type feel.
spacey songs
For
in
sure.
there. The next one, White Light. This is a party song for sure.
White
Kind of that punk rock.
White light.
And we kind of came up with a theory for this one. It's like, it starts out with that white light, that real intense thing. It's kind of like every drink you have at a party. Of course, like it's like every drink you have at a party gets more intense. Like you have the first one's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Go around, it's real mellow.
Yeah, every time
kinda
like
chill.
the beat kind of comes back, it's a lot more like intuitive.
And it's like
got
taking
more,
shots or drinks at a party. It adds all.
Yeah, you just like each white light, it adds up. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a really cool way he approached this kind of song.
Yeah, I didn't honestly think of that until we started doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
And then of course, once you get super smashed on alcohol, what do you want to do? That's
Go
dance.
clubbing.
There you go,
Dance.
clubbing. So this next song, Dare, has definitely been played in some clubs.
oh yeah, it's a clubbing song
This
for
is a
sure. It's
huge
probably
club
its second most popular song.
In fact,
off
I'm
this
pretty
album.
sure if you're into anime at all, you know this song. Just because this is definitely played in like those kind of environments.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was played when we went to NecoCon very
Yeah.
long ago.
While
Yeah,
back.
Very long time ago. This is NecoCon 9.
Yeah. But this song had a kick-ass video too. I remember the Gorillaz always have had really cool videos. I remember being in elementary school when they had Toonami play all the Gorillaz videos from the first album, and I thought they were just the coolest fucking things I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I had never seen anything like that before. It was that and Daft Punk's Interstellar, I think they were playing.
Okay.
It was just like, I was so stoked by that, and that's what really got me into the Gorillaz off that first album. And this one follows up with even cooler videos, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was actually like the last, like at least for the rest of the album that has a video.
Yeah.
But this track, which features Sean Ryder, definitely pretty sure he's from England.
Yeah. I don't know him
Because
personally.
I remember the first time I heard this song, I definitely didn't know what the hell he was saying.
Yeah.
You know, but I eventually figured out.
If you've seen the video, he's the big head dude.
Yeah, he's like really big head dude with the glasses on.
And this next track is really interesting. It's kind of one of my favorites, but it's not really entirely a track.
Yeah, it's a song, but it's a narrative. It's
Yeah.
called Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, which actually, what he talks about, it's kind of like foreshadowing when you know the actual name of the song, because at the end of it, the mountain called Monkey, which is a volcano, fucking explodes, basically. And I guess there's like a fiery type monkey dwelling inside of it, I guess.
I always kind of felt like it was like, outside of like the dude who says the narrative part, kind of sounds like a Native American to me personally.
Dennis Hopper.
And I always thought of like Manifest Destiny, where you got two groups of people, one that's more technologically advanced, one that's less than kind of with nature.
Yeah, because it goes and it talks about, you know, there's happy folk that live in this little town outside the mountain called Monkey. And then shadow figures come in and start invading the town. They start mining the mountain. And like the way he expresses it, it sounds fucking eerie as shit. He's like, it's like these people are digging away at their souls, and it's actually a really fucking brutal like concept that the song followed, really, and it actually like in a way it's kind of the pinnacle, the very last like pinnacle of the album, because that's when like I'm not saying the album really dies off, but for me it kind of does, because the next two tracks I'm not really that big into, because they're kind of like, if you've ever read the Divine Comedy, you know how like you read like Inferno and like Purgatorio, he's like going through some shit during that, but then Paradiso is just like, oh, it's.
But no, with Fire Going Out,
that's kind of like what it is now. It's like once you get to the last two tracks, it's like.
But the narrative on this one, let's go back to that because I got something for it.
Okay.
You were saying it like the end of the song is kind of like a Vesuvius moment. And I agree, but prior to that, it's like these two groups of people. One of the lines that is, "Without the trick to the eye, the happy folk are blind."
Yeah.
And it's like both are kind of blind to each other, and they don't know what's going on, and because of that, shit happens. It explodes. It's a no-win situation, sort of thing.
Yeah, Dunskies.
But yeah, the last two tracks.
Honestly, the album could have ended right there.
But these are kind of like outro tracks. They're kind of like the ending credits to the movie, if you will.
Both songs have the London Community Gospel Choir in it. Definitely a gospel-y.
Yeah, and it does have a good transition. We were talking about transitions earlier.
Yeah, into both of those actually. The last two tracks have really, really good transitioning as far as like, you know, connecting the two bridges between songs and stuff like that. But it definitely, that's like that last like note on it.
But, talk about the album art now?
Yeah, since we're like near the end of it, we're gonna go into basically like the thing as a whole.
Yeah. First off, the album art, like you were saying at one point that it's kind of like the four different characters. You can kind of see their personalities.
Yeah, and you can definitely like see what they're kind of into. You notice 2Ds wearing like the old school like scarf and cap type, you know, thing to it, looking like a very old school, classy type British guy. And then you can see Murdoch Nichols, who's the bassist.
Kind of that evil look to him.
Yeah, definitely evil look to him. And then you have Noodle, which plays guitar. She's just like
kind of happy anime.
Yeah, she's the Japanese character for sure. Definitely like the Gorillaz Hello Kitty in a way. And then you have Russell, I believe is his name, is the drummer's name. You know, actually, it's usually the bassist that's really quiet and shady, but he's the guy who's just
got a random demon under his cap, shit like that.
Really, really big dude, just there.
Kind of the gentle giant, big quiet dude.
Yeah, I like how in the videos he gets portrayed as bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking hilarious. Like at first he wasn't really that huge, and now he's like a fucking giant. He, like,
throwing whales and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like an island moving towards Plastic Beach when that came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, it's like the end of the Demon Days. Welcome to the world of the Plastic Beach. Next album.
Yeah, it kind of goes in really well, even though there was like a bunch of B-sides.
Yeah, they're like kind of, because like there's a big gap between each of the main albums of the Gorillaz.
Yeah, because they've only put out, what, 3?
Yeah, 3 main albums, at least in the States. I don't know about anywhere else.
Yeah, but we're from the States,
yeah, so that's what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we got G-sides between the Gorillaz album and Demon Days, and D-sides between Demon Days and Plastic Beach.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, I guess to kind of sum this one up on the whole, preparation H. It's he's laughing too, so it's like fucking me up.
Anyway,
it's so hard not to laugh.
It's so hard. Oh gosh.
But to sum it up, basically, it's one of our, like, as two friends, it's one of our favorite albums.
Yeah, this is actually one of my first ever albums that I got. I actually got this for my 13th birthday, right when it came out. I got this alongside with, well, actually this one would be a one to do next time maybe, but it's a System of a Down album, Mesmerize, which 2 albums came out that year. But that's
albums,
yeah.
But I got it as like payment for babysitting. So I was in middle school. I was babysitting my little brother. It's been a major part of my life. The Gorillaz, they're great. They're one of those bands that like I don't listen to them often. When I do, I'm like, why the fuck don't I listen to them every day?
If you can appreciate all kinds of music and you can appreciate just like
the mix of it,
concepts too.
Yeah.
Because the whole like band itself is kind of
its own concept,
a cartoon, you know.
It's got its story and stuff. But if you can appreciate that, you should definitely pick this up if you haven't listened to it already.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid album.
If you like what we're doing, hit subscribe. We'll be putting more up. We'll probably be doing better because this is our first one. So
Just
check
fucking
it
go
out.
with it.
We kick ass. We're gonna keep doing it. Smoking hookah, reviewing albums, doing other shit on the side. Peace.